Welcome to Ipoh, one of the largest cities in Malaysia, and I got here yesterday and it's blue skies and I'm in a hostel that is an amazing place, and so it's just after lunchtime, so I thought I'd come out and show you around. So I've done a little bit of research, and Ipoh was one of the world's richest tin mining towns, cities in the world, and that was during the British colonial days. But since the 1980s, when the tin mining industry lost faith, became smaller, it affected Ipoh really badly. But now it's emerging as a major tourist site, and I feel it. There's so many Westerners around here. But what I'm doing now is I'm going to that place there, the Tourist Information Centre, because there is a heritage trail that you can follow around this place, and that's what I'm going to follow. You see, it's me doing research and trying to find out what to do. Now, my original plan of arriving here yesterday afternoon and going straight out was curtailed when it started raining, and when I say raining, it poured down. This is what it was like, so I didn't get a chance to do anything, and it was a bit cloudy this morning. Oh wow, this is quite big for a tourist information centre. Is it open? Closed. Drat. That means I'm going to have to sit down and do some research very, very quickly. Oops. Never really thought about it being closed. Unless it's timings. So it's opened up in half an hour. But just on the outside, there's a map. So I can follow the map, and I think that each place you go to, oh, that's a big football pitch. Everywhere you go to, there is signs to tell you what the thing is, what it does, and stuff like that. I do like that street art there. So I am now going to go find a seat, look at this map, work out where I'm going to go, and let's get this started. So I've just come around the corner from the Tourist Information Centre, and I was on my way to somewhere else because I'm not too sure what there is around here. But look at that! That is the old post office, built in 1916, and when you look at it you think, that's a lot of letters for a building that size, and it's now used as the town hall. So I'm going to try and get around the front. So let's go up there, Dewan Bandaran Ipoh. Ipoh, I keep saying Ipoh. So this was built by Arthur Benison Hubbard, the architect, who designed a lot of stuff within Ipoh, and he must have been well paid to do all this lot, because across the road is the railway station, and already I'm getting such a really good vibe about Ipoh. The fact that they've actually looked after their colonial past, part of their history. And it does help that there's blue skies. That's a big help. Wow. And as I said, there is various signs around here. So the construction of the town hall and post office began in 1914 until 1916. And that train station, designed architecturally by the same guy, our author, is, according to online, known by the locals as the Taj Mahal of Ipoh. Now I'm going to go across the road because I get a better sense of the town hall if I can cross this road. And there it is in all its glory. So obviously you've got this, the date up there is 1914, but we know it's 1916 when it was opened. Oh, I do like this. So I am going to be in Ipoh for just the one day. I won't be leaving tomorrow. However, I might get a chance to have another rest day. I am feeling so lethargic lately. I don't know if I'm starting to get travel blindness, is that what you call it? Travel fatigue. Sounds a bit better. Lovely little garden. And you know this is a backpackers place that they go to, that's on the backpacking route, because the amount of hostels in the town. Now the one I'm staying in, you would have had a brief glimpse of it in the last video. It's pretty new, so everything's clean, tidy. The beds are so comfortable, and although it's next door to a mosque, I was worried about getting woken up with call to prayers in the very early hours of the morning. Nothing. So I was quite happy with the sleep I got. Now, just round here, tells you about the state, Perak. Oh, they've got their own Hollywood little sign there. I wonder where that is. Now you can tell these have all been worn away by the sun. It's a bit of a shame. Well, I don't know if you can go into this train station. I think it's still fully functional because there's people with bags. Yeah, people just arriving. This way you just got to force yourself to go across. Right. Just walking this way because there's too many people to pass through. Oh wow. There is a lot of people arriving. Just at walk. Today is a Saturday, so this will be the day that a lot of tourism will be coming. Yeah, it's definitely functional. A lot of people. I've come away from the railway station. It's just a touch busy. A lot of people just getting in my way. But that was completed in 1917, a year after the post office town hall. So they were busy in them days. And then there's a little monument over there. Let's go and see what that is all about. And then I'm going to have to take some Instagram photographs Now, if you're not aware, I have an Instagram account that you can join. The link for it is in my profile, in my description, and usually I get some decent photographs that you might not get within the video. In fact, my last post got so many monkeys in it. Oh, it's a war memorial. So that's for the Second World War. Oh wow, Thailand Burma Death Railway. God, that looks quite newish. In memory of the gallant members of the armed forces, police and civilians who sacrificed their lives defending the national during the Malaysian emergency, Indonesian confrontation and the resurgency period. That covers everything. Wow. Right, Instagram it is. So I've come down from the railway station and still behind me is the old post office town hall, and this is the second time I've seen this sign. Ipoh! Wow! I've come down here to see this clock tower. Try and get a bit closer. So this was built in 1909 in memory of J.W.W. Birch, who was the first British resident of Perak, the state, but he lived here. Now, Mr. Birch, who this is in memory of, is thought to be a pioneer, but some Malaysians have better ideas. So, as a British guy coming over here, he had ideas. He wanted fish and chip shops. He wanted, well, he didn't, but so when he first arrived, he totally ignored the rules and the boundaries of the Malayans. He pretty much made it his project. Now I am moving around, but Birch also tried to start implementing changes to land ownership and taxation that upset the ruling elite and the regular folks of around here. And basically they were seeing these changes on the Malaysian way of life. And then he tried to implement a slavery ban on the locals, but the local chiefs weren't happy about this because they needed the labour to help them do their stuff. And it got so bad that he was actually assassinated by a Malaysian chief, and this is the way to go. He was speared while taking a bath. That's the way I want to go. But even all around the side you've got various motifs of famous people, and they're all Europeans. And there's the clock itself, and the time on it, 10 to 3 in the afternoon, is correct. That means I've been out for an hour and a half already. Wow. So yeah, so Mr. Birch, as we'll call him, he may have been a pioneer for around here for the start of this town, but he wasn't a popular bloke. Getting speared in a bath. He should have locked the door. Right, I'm leaving the clock tower to head towards Concubine Street, and everywhere you look there is just beauty around. Look at that. So Concubine Street was a hub where they had opium dens brothels, gambling dens. So you knew that the British influence was here. And the name Concubine Street comes from the fact that there was a lot of mistresses and brothels in the area. That's beautiful. That would look really nice on my house. And the artwork is stunning. So this is one of the main streets within Ipoh that the tourists come down, because no longer does it have all the brothels and the gambling dens. It's a street full of gift shops, souvenir shops, cafes, and if there is cafes, I might just stop for a quick coffee. I don't think there's street art. Bit of graffiti going on around here. Oh, look at that. Oh. And I don't think they would have had the traffic back in them days. I see one cafe over there. But I'm just going to check my map to find out if I am in the right place or not. Right, across the road, this is the path that came down the main road. This is actually Concubine Street here. This is where all the debauchery was happening. And there's not a lot happening. I was expecting lots of quirky little shops. Oh, it's further on. This is just the start of it. So this is Concubine Lane. That's the street. This is a bit more busier. So, lots of pictures being taken. So at the moment I can only go as fast as the people in front of me, which is not very fast at all. Now, as I walk round, there's a lot of street food, which I'm keen to have, but unfortunately I've not brought any money out with me. I am surviving on my Apple Pay, which means that these little stores won't accept. So that was Concubine Street and Lane. Right, what's next? From the lane down there, you've got this place here, which is the Han Chin Pet Zoo, Hakka Minor Club and Museum. And obviously there's traffic, so I'm going to try and cross the road. So this would be a place where the rich tin mine owners would come to meet, to gamble, to smoke opium, to do British things like that. But now it's a tin mine museum. Now obviously I'm on a economy drive, trying to save money, so unfortunately I can't go in, even though I don't even know how much it costs. But this is just a really nice town. I was expecting it to be over touristy, over polished, but it's just feels right. Does it help that the sun is out? Probably. Right, I am in the mood for a coffee, so I need to find somewhere that accepts Apple Pay. Plus it just gets me out of the sun, which I am loving. I'm not complaining. It's a lot better than the rain that I had yesterday. Everywhere I have been, it's all walking distance, which makes Ipoh ideal. And the colonial history is all around, including this place, which is Concubine Square. Now, I'm not going to go in because they've got music going inside, and YouTube doesn't like music. So this used to be a hotel in the 1910s, and this would be where the theatre folk would be staying. But it was also a bit of a hub for the colonial guys to come chat, catch up with the gossip, find out where the best opium cafes were. But now I'm going to have a nice little 20-minute walk down to a park to get a bit of nature. So on the way to the park, I'm at the river bank, and the only reason I'm coming along here is just to check it out, and it looks like it's really well maintained. And I got more excited, as I usually do, by animals. I've seen my first tortoise, which I didn't think was wrong from here. Oh, I'm disturbing it. So I'm not too sure if it's from the river itself, if it's a turtle. It's a DJI. So that was Wen, who was asking about the camera and then told me all about his life. And I'm still interested in this tortoise, or is it a turtle? Who knows? So Win has come down to the river to do some fishing, and there's a few people down here fishing already, and he was just telling me about the life of Ipoh, of where to go, what to see, although I've seen most of the things he told me to go. Oh, there's a little lizard by the tree. So this little walk, he told me to, there's a hotel down here that if you go to on a night time and stand in front of it, it's very bright, colourful. He did ask me which hotel I was staying in, and I had to break the bubble and say I'm a poor man, I stay in hostels. But it was a nice little chat with a local. His English was really good, and that river looks nice. It looks like they're actually looking after it. It looks cleaner than most of the rivers I've seen in Malaysia. Oh wow. No idea what that is. Just a nice little view from here. So I've just come from the river, which is on the other side of this building, and this is the park, and it looks like it's just a nice, oh, there's monkeys over there, amazing. This is a lake. You can just see someone on a swan over there. and there's the woolly wall. I am very immature, but this just looks like a bit of a quiet haven in the middle of Ipoh. Right, I'm going to go over the bridge, see a bit more of this place. This is a really chilled, beautiful park. And the little tortoise turtle I saw earlier, I'm just wondering if he's from here and he's a little bit lost, because if I'd known I would have picked him up and brought him here. Beautiful. And I do like the effect of the wood going around. This place is so peaceful. All around is just green. You hear the odd bit of laughter from the people that's on the boats as they bump into the grass or other boats that's on there. And the monkeys, I don't want to disturb them because this is their part, this is where they live. But I've just done a little bit of digging. This is the Dr. Seenivasagam Park. It's named after a prominent lawyer and politician who played a big role in the local government, and this park was established in the 1960s, so it's been around for a while. And you can see the monkeys. As I said, I don't want to get too close to them because there's not a lot of humans come over here, I don't think, because this just leads into dead end. And I know there's a lot of Malaysians scared of monkeys, so I think they just go onto the Japanese style bridges, just chill, look at the water. But yeah, the monkeys are quite happy in their little kingdom. Now on the trees there's what looks like lights all around, so maybe this just lights up at night. I love it here. You can hear laughter. So that was Ipoh, and I liked it. And it's a shame I've got to go tomorrow, but I do need to go. It's not too long until Christmas and I need to be in Thailand for the festive period. So I am working my way up. I'm not too sure where I'm going next, but I'm sure it'll be as exciting, as beautiful as this place. Now when I do these travel vlogs, they are only about 20 to 30 minutes long. I only give you a snapshot of the place I've gone to, and that is because as a older backpacker I'm trying to get people to get out, get about and try backpacking themselves. And if they see somewhere that looks interesting, maybe that'll give them the chance to go, I want to go and see that place. If he can do it, so can I. And that's the main reason I do this vlog. Just to try and persuade people that hostel life is good, backpacking life is good, and it didn't have to be a long one like mine. I met my first Estonian in the hostel last night. 10 years of backpacking off and on, my first Estonian. He's only out for 2 months, and then he'll go back. At the bus station yesterday I met a couple of Danish people who were out backpacking for 2 weeks, so you don't have to go for long. People are just loving this lake. They've all got life jackets on. I don't think it's that deep. And over the last couple of weeks I have been talking to a lot of long-term backpackers, and obviously you go through the conversation of where they've been, where they're going, but it all goes back to the same subject: is when do you go back? When do you feel the time is right? Because the longer you go, the more you crave normality, the more you need to be, in a sense, in the same place all the time. Now, for the last 2 years, there's a turtle. I've seen your friend over there. He's on a backpacking trip. Over the last 2.5 years, I've been back in UK the first time after Honduras for 3 months. Then after coming back out, I went back for 1 month after about 5 months. So another 1 month back in UK, came out for about 4 months, 1 month back in UK. So I've not really had a chance to get back to normality, and that is where my head is right now. But we'll see. Let's get Christmas over with. As I'm leaving the park, I've just come across this thing here, which is, it may just look like a tree to you, but this is the Tree of Success. Firstly planted by the Mayor of Ipoh, 22nd March 2013. Symbolises a century of continuous peace, rapid growth, happiness and success of Ipoh. There you go. There is the Tree of Success. It's a shame that it's not a money tree, because then I'd be even more happier. But as I try and find my way back to the hostel with 3% battery life, I always leave it to the last minute. It's time for me to bid farewell until tomorrow. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you have, because I've enjoyed Ipoh, then all you got to do is press that like button. If you want to see where I'm going next, because as usual I have no idea, but I'm hoping it's going to be as good as this place. But you need to press that subscribe button, click that bell in the corner, and as soon as the video comes out, which is usually 8 o'clock every single night Malaysian time, then you'll expect it into your feed. But until next time, it's bye bye for now.